Very warm good morning to one and all. This is Maria Pushpam, and I'm going to deal for you with a non-major food chemistry. Okay, and if you see the syllabus of this unit, it consists of 5 units, and the first unit is Constitution of food, second unit food additives, third unit food preservative, fourth unit food adulteration, and the fifth unit is quality standard. So these are the 5 different titles you have for the syllabus for this semester, and I'm going to start with the first unit today. And the topics what I'm going to handle today are: what do you mean by food, the sources, classification of food, and based on the classification we have different types, that is classification based on the source and classification based on the function. Okay, so today I'll start with what I mean by food. So coming to food, food is nothing but it's a substance which provides energy and help to build and maintain, also to repair our body tissue. So this you mean by food. All of you know what food it is, but how to define food is: food are substances which provide energy and help to build, maintain and repair our body tissue. So this you call it as food. Okay, now we are going to see what is said to be nutrients. Are you clear with food? Okay, so I'll go with nutrients. What I mean by nutrients is, nutrients are nothing but foods are made up of number of chemical compounds, and these chemical compounds are called as nutrients. Food are made up of number of chemical compounds. Food is made up of many chemical compounds, and these chemical compounds are called as nutrients. And what are the chemical compounds present here are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. I'll repeat. So what are the nutrients or the chemical compounds in food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. Okay ma? So now I'll go with the classification. So coming to the classification of food, food is being classified on the basis of 2 things. The first set is said to be classification based on their function, and second one is classification based on the nutrient value. I'll repeat. So food is being classified on the basis of 2 things. One is based on the function. Okay, what's the function taking place, for which purpose is food being used, for that based on this function, it's a first type of classification. And second classification is made based on the nutrient value or nutritive value. Is it okay? So first we can see what is said to be classification of food, and now I'll say you the classification based according to their function. Okay ma? So coming to the based on the function, the classification is made in 4 different ways. The first one is energy yielding food. Energy yielding food. Second one, body building food. Third one, regulatory food, and the fourth one is health food. I'll repeat the 4 different classification, 4 different steps involved in classification based on function. புரியுதா என்ன சொல்கிறேன்னு? ஸோ பேஸ்ட் ஆன் ஃபங்க்ஷனை பொறுத்து நம்ம ஃபுட்டை எப்படி பிரிக்கிறோன்னா 4 வகையாக பிரிக்கிறோம். ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன் எனர்ஜி ஈல்டிங் ஃபுட். எந்தெந்த ஃபுட் வந்து எனர்ஜி கொடுக்குமோ அதெல்லாம் கம்ஸ் அண்டர் எனர்ஜி ஈல்டிங் ஃபுட். Second one is body building food. What are the food types involved in body building function? It comes under body building food. Second one is our action. We are doing many process, talking, walking, jumping, hogging. We do lot of things. So all the regulatory things comes under regulatory food of body function. Okay, and fourth one is health food. For the improvement of the health, we are in need of certain food, and those food are said to be health food. Okay, I'll go one by one. So first I'll go with the energy yielding food. So what do you mean by energy yielding food? Energy yielding food includes food which are rich in carbohydrates, proteins and fat. So mainly three things. They come under energy yielding food. We get energy from three different types of food. Food which contains carbohydrates, proteins and fat. இவங்க மூணு பேர் எந்தெந்த ஃபுட்டில் இருக்காங்களோ அவங்களாம் எதுக்கு கீழே வருவாங்க? எனர்ஜி yielding ஃபுட்டு கீழே வருவாங்க. சரியாமா? ஸோ கம்மிங் டு எனர்ஜி yielding food, carbohydrate gives an energy of 4 calories. Protein, 1 gram of protein also gives 4 calories. But if you take fat, it gives 9 calories. Okay, so example for this energy yielding food, you can take cereals. Cereals are nothing but rice, wheat, maize, all comes under cereals. Pulses, you know, oil seeds and sugar, all the things comes under energy yielding food. Second type is said to be body building food. From we are born as very small child, you are grown into youth, then you become older as a woman or a man, then we go as a old guy. Is it okay? So all these body building stages are based on food which is said to be food which is rich in protein will give this. Okay, body building food is nothing but food which is rich in protein is called as body building food. And for example, we can write milk, egg, meat, then fish, pulses, oil seeds and nuts. So these all the things comes under body building food. And third one we are going to see is said to be regulatory food. So coming to regulatory food, the foods which is rich in vitamins and minerals are called as regulatory food, are regulatory functions in the body. These are the responsible for the regular action what we are doing. So they are said to be regulatory functions in the body. So food rich in vitamins and minerals comes under regulatory food. Example, milk, egg, fish, liver, green leafy vegetables as well as fruits. And last one which comes under function is health food. So health food is nothing but food containing certain phytochemicals. There is nothing but terpenes as well as antioxidants. So we'll have a immunity. Disease should not capture us easily. So that is said to be an antioxidant as well as phytochemical. So these are very important things which are needed to prevent us from degenerative diseases. There are a lot of diseases are there. Cancer, heart disorder, diabetes, all this comes under degenerative diseases. So these degenerative diseases can be overcome by using this health food. Okay, example, millets, soya bean, green leafy vegetables, citrus fruits and spices. All these are examples for health food. Is it clear? I'll repeat the 4 points once again. So as I said you earlier, you know, food is nothing but food is a substance which provides energy and help us to build, maintain and repair our body tissue. So this we call it as food. And coming to the food, food is being classified on the basis of two things. One is based on the function and second one is based on the nutrient value. So first thing what we are seeing here is based on the function. So based on the function we have 4 different types. One is energy yielding food, second one is body building food, third one is regulatory food and last one is health food. Is it clear for you? Yes, I'll go with the next title. Next one is nothing but classification based on nutrient value. So coming to the classification based on nutrient value, food used in diet are rich in what are things? Wheat, dal, vegetables, fruits, milk, egg, fish, meat, sugar, butter and oil. So all this comes, it gives a good nutrient value. Okay, it will have a high nutrient value. So based on this we are classifying. There are different things present there: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. So these are the different way classification based on the nutrient value. So previously I have said you, based on the function there are 4 different types, and coming to the based on the nutrient value we have 5 different types. The first one is carbohydrate, second one is protein, third one is fats, 4 is vitamin and fifth one is minerals. And in today's class we can see just carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Okay, the next class we can see about vitamins and minerals. It's clear for you? Yes. So I'll repeat the point once again. So coming to the second classification, classification based on the nutrient value. So certain examples are given there. So based on the nutrient value, we have 5 different types. The first one is carbohydrates, second one is protein, third one fat, fourth one vitamin, and fifth one is mineral. So we can start with carbohydrate. What do you mean by carbohydrate? In our regular routine, we have carbohydrate as our main food. Okay, we have rice, wheat. So this we say it is carbohydrate. So starch is found to be a cereal, and sugar, sucrose, it's nothing but table sugar, which is found in sugar cane, are good examples for carbohydrates. Okay, it's clear. I'll repeat. So carbohydrate is nothing but starch is found in cereals. For example, we can write example rice, wheat, maize, barley, all comes under cereals. Okay, then sucrose is nothing but table sugar. Chini சாப்பிடுவோம்ல, so that is sucrose, that also comes under carbohydrates. And fruits, what are fruits we require, we take, and which is, it is converted into carbohydrate in our body. So the main function of this carbohydrate is, the first function is, the primary function of carbohydrate is to supply energy for the body. So if we consume a good amount of carbohydrate, we'll have a good energy. Second one is, carbohydrate is needed for brain function. Then it imparts sweetness and makes the food palatable. What do you mean by palatable? Palatable is nothing but pleasant to taste. So carbohydrates impart sweetness and also makes the food palatable. Okay, and the main source of energy for central nervous system is glucose. It's very important. Okay, so only our central nervous system will say what you have to do and what is being coming near you. Your touch, feel, all the things are said only by the central nervous system, CNS. Okay, so you have to be very clear with that. So for that part, the proper functioning of CNS, you need to take enough amount of glucose. So carbohydrates are essential for muscular action. You know what muscular action is. Next one, lactose enhances calcium absorption. All this comes under carbohydrates. So carbohydrates also maintain water balance in the body. If you are getting dehydrated, people will ask you to have some amount of glucose. You have heard, okay, if somebody is having a giddiness or something else, what we do normally, we give a tinge of glucose or sugar. Okay, so the body will have a water balance, so the body will become a normal body. Is it okay? So these are the main functions of carbohydrates. Clear for you? I'll repeat. So what do you mean by carbohydrate is, carbohydrate is nothing but starch, sucrose are said to be fruits are said to be carbohydrates. And what are the main function of carbohydrate is, the primary function of carbohydrate is supplies energy to the body. So without energy, we can't do any work, we can't speak, we can't walk, we can't do any action. Okay, so energy is very essential for us. So the primary function of carbohydrate is to supply energy for us. Okay, so carbohydrate is needed for brain function. If your brain is not functioning, we can't do anything else. We can't talk, or we can't see what is happening around us. Okay, we can't sense anything. And also carbohydrates impart sweetness and makes the food palatable. The main source of energy for central nervous system is glucose. Carbohydrates is also essential for muscular action. Then coming to lactose, lactose enhances calcium absorption. And coming to the final thing, carbohydrates maintains water balance in the body. So these are the functions of carbohydrates. Next we can see something about protein. Okay, ma. So coming to protein, a scientist have defined protein is a constituent of food which felt life was impossible without it. Protein is nothing but a nitrogen containing compound is said to be protein. Okay, the main content of protein is nothing but nitrogen. So as a chemist, a Dutch chemist, Mulder has said that without protein, it's a main consistent of food, and he felt that life was impossible without protein. Okay, and you come to protein. Protein is said to be a nitrogenous component. The main content of protein is nitrogen. It's essential for us. Okay, and the sources, coming to the sources from where we get this protein is from milk, meat, egg, then food grains. Food grains I have said you already, cereals, groundnut, oil seeds, and soya bean. So these are the sources of protein. Okay, now I'll go with the function. So coming to protein, protein plays a vital role in building, maintenance, and repair of the body. That is a main function of the food. What's the main function I said you for food? Food is may use for building, maintaining, and repairing our body tissue. That's the purpose of food, and protein is also mainly meant for that purpose. Okay. Enzymes are proteins which act as catalysts in biological processes. Many biological actions are being done in our body. You know, we are eating food. Okay, we chew the thing and we swallow. As we swallow the thing, what happens is digestion is being happening, and a good thing is made as blood and the waste is being excreted. So this biological operation is done only by protein. Okay, ma. So coming to hormones, hormones are proteins which regulate the body processes. We have many hormones are there in our body. You know the hormones, right? Coming to protein, play essential to blood and body tissues. It plays a vital role there for blood as well as body tissues. They maintain the water balance in cellular fluids. Our body is made up of fluids, okay, and that cellular fluid balance is, water balance is made by this protein. And protein in blood serves as a buffer and controls the pH. It's very important. The pH should not go down. It should be a new correct one. So a buffering action of this pH is done by protein, because the pH of blood is being changing, means your blood is becoming impure. So it should be, to be a good blood, hemoglobin content should be correct, pH should be maintained in the body. So only oxygen will be taken in and carbon dioxide can be given out. All the process is being happening only because of this pH maintenance in the blood, and this protein will act as a buffer. You know the meaning of buffer. For maintaining the pH, we are in need of a buffer. சரியாமா, உனக்கு pH வந்து பாடியில் மெயின்டைன் ஆகணும்னா ஒரு பஃபர் வந்து தேவைப்படுது. அந்த பஃபரை யார், அந்த கேட்லஸ் மாதிரிப்பட்ட பொருள். ஸோ அந்த பஃபரை யார் ஆக்ட் பண்ணுவான்னா ப்ரோட்டீன் வந்து ஆக்ட் பண்ணும். இஸ் இட் கிளியர் த திங்? ஸோ ஐல் ரிப்பீட் த ஃபங்க்ஷன் ஆஃப் திஸ் protein once again. As I said you, protein is nothing but it's a nitrogen containing compound of food is said to be protein. Okay, and coming to the sources, I said you milk, meat, egg, food grains, groundnut, oil, seeds, soya beans, etc. Okay, and coming to the function, protein plays a vital role in building, maintaining as well as repairing our body tissues. It acts as a catalyst for biological process. நம்ம பாடியில் நிறைய biological process வந்து நடக்குது. Okay, so all the biological process are done or assisted by enzymes which are nothing but proteins. And hormones are proteins which regulate the body process. நமக்கு பாடியில் நிறைய ப்ராசஸ் நடக்கு. எல்லா ப்ராசஸ்க்கும் அந்த ஹார்மோன்ஸ்குள்ள செக்ரேஷன் எல்லாமே ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணுறது வந்து ப்ரோட்டீன். Okay, then coming to the next point, it plays an essential role in the transport of nutrients from intestine to blood and body tissues. நியூட்ரியன்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம பாடி டிஷ்யூஸ்லேருந்து ஒவ்வொரு இடம் பிளட் அண்ட் பாடி டிஷ்யூஸ்க்கு டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணுற மெயின் ஆள் யாருன்னா யுவர் ப்ரோட்டீன். And next one is they maintain the water balance in the cellular fluids. And coming to the last point here, protein blood serves as a buffer and control the pH. Is it clear? So I'll go with the next point. Next one is fats or lipids. Fats are otherwise called as lipids. And I startingல சொன்னேன், fat பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எவ்வளவு calorie கொடுக்குது? 1 gram fat சாப்பிட்டீங்கன்னா you'll get 9 calories. Carbohydrates, vitamins எல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா you get only 4 calories. But coming to this protein, carbohydrates எல்லாம் எவ்வளவு தான்? 4 calories தான் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணும். But if you take this fat, it will produce an enormous thing, 9 calories வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணும். சரியாமா? So coming to fat, fat is otherwise called as lipids, are organic compounds which are soluble in organic solvents like benzene but insoluble in வாட்டர். அதனால தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணக்கூடாது, நிறைய ஃபேட்டி ஃபுட் வந்து சாப்பிடக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்கிறது. பட் அதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது, அதுக்கு வேண்டி நம்ம சாப்பிட்ணும். ஓகே. ஸோ மெயின் சோர்ஸஸ் வந்து பிளான்ட் சோர்ஸ் யாருன்னா வெஜிடபிள் ஆயில். அனிமல் சோர்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மில்க், எக், மீட், லிவர், ஃபிஷ் ஆயில், இதெல்லாம் ஃபேட்டோட சோர்ஸஸ். கம்மிங் டு த ஃபங்க்ஷன், so fat is an essential constituent of cell membrane. It's an essential constituent of cell membrane. And coming to the primary form, which the energy is being stored in the body. நம்மளோட பாடியில் எனர்ஜி ஸ்டோர் பண்ணுறது யார் தான் ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வச்சுருப்பான்னா ஃபேட்டில் தான் அது ஸ்டோர் ஆகிருக்கும். சரியா? ஃபேட் இஸ் அ கேரியர் ஆஃப் ஃபேட் soluble vitamins. Then deposit of fat beneath the skin serves as a insulating material for the body. கொஞ்சம் ஃப்ளஷியாக இருக்கவங்க, நல்ல ஃபேட் நிறைய இருக்கவங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆகும்னா ஈஸியாக எதுவும் வந்து தாக்காது. ஏன்னா அதை ஸ்கின்னுக்கு கீழே யார் தான் இருப்பா, ஃபேட் தான் இருக்கும். டைரெக்டாக போய் அதை அஃபெக்ட் பண்ணாமல் அது ஒரு இன்சுலேட்டிங் மெட்டீரியல் மாதிரி இந்த ஃபேட் வந்து ஆக்ட் பண்ணும். ஓகே. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், deposit of fat around the vital organs like kidney, heart serves as a cushion to protect them from physical shock. நம்மளோட கிட்னி, ஹார்ட் எல்லாம் வந்து டைரெக்டாக எக்ஸ்போஸ் ஆகாமல் ஃபேட் கொஞ்சம் கவராக இருந்துச்சுன்னா, டிசார்டர்ஸ் ஓவராக கவராக இருந்துச்சுன்னா நிறைய டிசார்டர்ஸ் வந்துடும். ஒரு மினிமம் லெவல் வந்து கவராக இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்னா இட் வில் ஆக்ட் அஸ் அ குஷன். ஹார்ட்டுக்கோ உன்னோட கிட்னிக்கோ வந்து சேஃப்கார்ட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கும். மினிமம் லெவல் நிறைய இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுவே ப்ராப்ளம் ஆகிடும். ஸோ மினிமம் லெவல் தேவையான அளவு அங்கே இருந்துச்சுன்னா இட் வில் ஆக்ட் அஸ் அ குஷன் ஃப்ரம் ப்ரிவெண்டிங் இட் ஃப்ரம் ஃபிசிக்கல் ஷாக். ஆல்சோ ஃபேட் இம்ப்ரூவ்ஸ் palatability of food. ஒரு டேஸ்ட் வந்து என்ஹான்ஸ் பண்ணும். நீங்கள் அல்வாலாம் சாப்பிடும்போது நிறைய ஃபேட் இருக்கும், அதில் ஜம்மு நம்ம நசன்னு சாப்பிட்ருவோம். ஏன்? நிறைய கொழுப்பு அதில் இருக்கிறதுனால ஜம்முன்னு போட்டோன்னா ஜஸ்க்குன்னு உள்ளே போயிடும். இஸ் இட் ஓகே? ஸோ ஃபேட் கிவ்ஸ் அ டேஸ்ட் ஃபார் ஃபுட். Is it okay? So these are the functions of fat. So fat is essential for cell membrane. It forms a primary form which is the energy stored in the body. பாடியில் உள்ள மொத்தம் எனர்ஜி எங்கே தான் ஸ்டோர் ஆகிருக்கும்? ஃபேட்டில் ஸ்டோர் ஆகிருக்கும். அப்புறம் ஃபேட் சாலபிள் விட்டமின்ஸை வந்து அது கேரி பண்ணி ஒரு இடத்துலேருந்து இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு வந்து கொண்டு போகும். ஸ்கின்க்கு கீழே இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? இட் ஆக்ட் அஸ் அ இன்சுலேட்டிங் மெட்டீரியல். தென் நமக்கு சர்டன் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபேட் இருந்துச்சுன்னா இட் ஃபார்ம்ஸ் கிட்னி ஆல்சோ ஓவர் தி ஹார்ட் சர்வ்ஸ் as a cushion to protect or prevent it from physical shock. Also fat gives a taste for food. So these are the things I thought of saying for today's class. I'll have a short recap of what the thing we have seen for today's class. So first I have said you what is it to be food. So what is food? Food provides energy and helps to build, maintain as well as repair our body tissues. Okay. So coming to food, a chemical present in food is said to be nutrient, and it's nothing but carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins are said to be nutrients. And coming to the classification, it is classified on two bases. One is based on the function, another one is based on the nutrient value. Based on the function we have four different things. The first one is energy yielding food, second one body building food, third one regulatory food, and fourth one health food. And coming to the nutrient value, we have five different things: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins as well as minerals. Okay, I think you are clear with the topic what I have taken for today's class. Thank you for listening and continue studying. Thank you, ma.